Hello, my name is John Aaron, and I have created a project for physics, specifically detailing physics I have caught and recorded in my day-to-day life. I have created 6 unique videos based on lessons we have learned over the course of the semester. So for this first video, I'm in a shooting range. So when a bullet is fired from a gun, the principle of conservation of momentum comes into play. This principle states that the total momentum of the system remains constant if no external forces are acting on it. Overall, in the video, the gun's recoil is a direct result of a conservation of momentum. The forward motion of a bullet is matched by an equal and opposite backward motion of the gun. This, in total, shows that the shot before and after stays the same. There's also a collision when the piece of paper that comes by that goes to the paper that would be considered an elastic collision because both kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. But in other cases, like if the material that I was shooting through was wood or metal, the kinetic energy would have been lost, and that would have affected the momentum of the bullet and the velocity. For this next example, this was on the highway, so we're going at high speeds. I'd consider this a concept of relative velocity, the idea that an object can appear to be traveling at a different speed than it actually is. So for this example though, I'm side by side of the truck, or the semi is going around 120, I'm going 140, so it looks like I'm going 20 kilometers per hour. In reality though, it's actually going way quicker. So in volleyball, the skills to pass and set are fundamental, and physics actually plays a role here too. So according to Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when passing or setting a ball from the video, the force you apply is equal to the force the ball applies on your hands. This can also have multiple different factors, such as how you position your hands and the timing of your contact with the ball. This can determine the ball's direction and overall speed. In bowling, friction has a huge role. Bowling lanes are usually coated with slicks or oils to reduce friction. As the ball travels, it transitions from sliding, which is low friction, to rolling, which is higher friction, impacting its speed and trajectory. Kinetic energy is also involved here because, as the bowler myself, the ball transfers kinetic energy to the pins, causing a cascading effect where all pins transfer the energy to each other. This next clip was from last summer when I went on the slingshot ride. So the mechanics for this one would be the potential energy, where the ride uses strong elastic cords, basically huge rubber bands. When the ride capsule is pulled down, these cords are stretched, storing a large amount of potential energy. And then this potential energy is converted to kinetic energy, which results in propelling the capsule upwards. The mass could also play a huge role here, depending on how heavy the riders are, but this didn't really make a huge difference. So there's also occurring gravitational potential energy as the capsule ascends. It goes high above the actual release point. Throughout the ride, though, the total mechanical energy remains approximately constant. And then I guess you could say air resistance is negligible, same as friction. So when riding a bicycle, positive and negative work are involved. Positive work results in pedaling to accelerate. When you accelerate at the same direction, that's positive work. When there's gravity on a downhill slope, as you descend the hill, gravity pulls you and the bike downward. The force of gravity acts in the direction of your motion, doing positive work. Negative work results in climbing a hill. As you pedal uphill, you're working against gravity. The force you apply to move upward and forwards opposite the force gravity acting downward. And same thing with braking to slow down. When you apply brakes, the friction between the brake pads and the wheels exerts force opposite direction. And there's also a hint of inertia there, as you can see. When I tried to brake, I went forward when my bike actually stopped. Yeah. So that's everything to conclude my physics project. Um, these other clips here are just honorable mentions that didn't make the cut, but I thought they would have been well put together. So yeah, here you go.
This is going back. Throw it.